buenos días a todos. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So my name is Florencia Cueto. I'm product specialist at Reviewpro. And today I'm here to talk about online reputation for destinations. But first things first, so who we are. We at Reviewpro are part of the Shiji group. And Shiji is committed to connecting the global business of hospitality. Actually, as you can see here, we lead the vertical of guest engagement. At Reviewpro, we've been in the game for quite some time. Over 10 years in experience in the hospitality industry. Over 60,000 clients worldwide leverage Reviewpro solutions to deliver better guest experiences across the entire guest journey, whether this is via using online reputation, guest surveys, case management, guest communications, or using them all. But for us, since day one, it's been really important the fact that actually reputation directly impacts revenue. Our core metric, which is the Global Review Index, which is a metric that is exclusive to Reviewpro clients, it's all about, it's an industry standard for online reputation, and actually is a benchmark for reputation management efforts. We collect data from over 140 sources in over 45 languages, right? Actually, Cornell University used the GRI to prove that an impact of 1% in the GRI would equal a higher profitability, as you can see here, in terms of ADR, occupancy, and RevPAR. So today's focus is to talk about destination reputation and how actually leveraging guest experience can help better understand the market, discovering what visitors like and dislike to improve the visitor experience, and last but not least, how you can use review analytics to optimize marketing campaigns. So a few trends, right? Every quarter, we publish the Global Trends Report, right? And I wanted to share with you today a few trends for the one we just recently published. So we analyzed over 7,500 hotels worldwide, and we did analyze Q2 2022 versus the same time in 2021 and in 2019. And the key findings are the following. Key finding number one is that the Global Review Index is decreasing. However, and I'd say something positive is that the luxury segment fares the best, right? Review volume is going up, finally. However, we're not yet at pre-pandemic levels. And the last one is that mentions about room or cleanliness are those that are actually bringing down the GRI the most. So it's important to keep an eye on those mentions. So next stop is Madrid, right? We have analyzed Madrid's luxury segment. So it's in a year-to-date analysis from January this year till the end of September this year. And actually, we have analyzed all 5-star properties for the city, which are 29, right? So the findings are that the GRI is down by 0.6 points versus same time in 2019. However, the distribution is better than it was back then, right? Right now, there's over 86% of positive reviews, 7.5 neutral, and only 5.5 negative. Important to highlight that Mandarin Oriental had the largest increase out of the 29 properties for Madrid, right? They actually increased 4 points in GRI, reaching an excellent score of 95.1. Thompson Madrid, where yesterday the opening ceremony was held at, actually is ranking, they recently opened, so the 1st of October, and they're already ranking in 6th position for Madrid, right, with an excellent GRI of 95.3. In line with the global trends, review volume is down for Madrid, actually it's decreased over 46%, and the top sources are Booking, Google, and TripAdvisor. Important to highlight that management response has decreased, and we're talking about the luxury segment, so it's really important to keep an eye, and this is an area for further improvement for Madrid hotels in responding to negative reviews, right? Additional interesting information related to languages and sources. So Spanish and English account for almost 50% of all reviews for the market. English actually experienced the largest decrease in review volume, and it's very unfortunate because actually English reviews had the lowest amount of negative mentions, as opposed to French and Portuguese that actually have the highest, right? Booking.com, Google, and TripAdvisor, just for you to have an idea, account for almost 90% of all reviews for this sample. And there are major decreases in volume experienced by sources that actually have the lowest amount of negative mentions, such as TripAdvisor, Expedia, IHG, and Trip.com. But right now, enough on that quantitative analysis and the metrics, and let's move to the qualitative analysis, the semantic analysis, the one that will allow us to better understand what's going on, the nitty-gritty. So I wanted to start by saying that actually the NASA reported that summer 2022 was ranked among the hottest on record. And Madrid travelers couldn't agree more with the NASA. Why? Because the top category affecting the GRI is room, and the top concept is air conditioning, right? There were over 100 mentions regarding air conditioning. So travelers to Madrid suffered from broken AC that was not cooling the room, but it was extremely noisy. So this is some homework for the maintenance team within the properties. The second category is establishment, right? And it struck my attention the fact that the top concept was advertising, and actually it's really important to highlight that this had a negative impact in the value index. So here, it's really important to review the value proposition, right? There were mentions about facilities that were advertised as open, that they were closed, in most cases spas, and in some others, some that actually implied an extra cost. So again, it's really important to review the value proposition and stay true to it. And the last one, as a coffee lover, I was really interested to see what was happening with coffee, because actually coffee was the top concept for the categories negatively affecting the GRI as part of food and drinks. So it turns out that some of those mentions were related to the quality, but most of them were related to the fact that there was the absence of coffee pods or tea bags. So it's really important, if you're catering the English traveler, you need to remember that they're going to take that for granted. Looking on the green side of things, on the positive side of things, so top category bringing up the GRI is experience, and out of experience is everything, right? There were mentions such as travelers had everything they need, everything was perfect, or even spotless. But actually, those mentions are small potatoes if we compare them to the positive mentions for staff, right? There were over 3,600 mentions related to staff. And staff was defined as outstanding, friendly, professional, and efficient, right? This is fantastic because this is the core of hospitality. Now, looking at Madrid versus the competitive set. So the competitive set that was agreed was London, Milan, and Paris, same time period, and luxury segments. In brackets, you have the amount of properties in each city. So on the positive side, Madrid is actually performing the best out of the competitors with a 91% GRI, and actually, really important, has the lowest drop in terms of GRI versus 2019 with only a 0.6. As you can see, London drops almost 4 points, and Milan and Paris 2.6 respectively. In terms of review volume, all cities are in line with a global trend. There's a drop in terms of review volume. However, it's true that Madrid and Milan are suffering the most with a 46% respectively. In terms of negative reviews, again, Madrid is leading the way with only a 23% of negative reviews, and actually showing a positive trend if we're comparing that with 2019 data. And management response is an area where all cities need to work on and need to improve. And back to the semantics, right? So again, I think all travelers are in agreement with the NASA. Top concept was room, but, top category was room, but the top concept in all cities was air conditioning. So travelers to these 4 cities actually suffered from aircon not working, not cooling the room. So again, this is really important to have a look at. There's some homework for maintenance. And the second category, which was the same for all, was establishment, and it was interesting to see that the top concept was advertising. So again, it's important to look at the value prop. And then when it comes to the positive categories affecting the GRI, as you can see here, it's more or less the same. And when we're talking about luxury, right, it's all about the experience, the service, and of course, the staff. And to wrap up today's presentation, I've selected a fragment of a review, right, that actually contains a mention of each of the top 3 categories. So there's a mention about experience, there's a mention about service, and of course, there's a mention about staff, and how this will definitely impact loyalty, okay? And I quote, "Everything is spotless, but without question, the best thing about this hotel is the staff." The entire staff seem to be in the hospitality business in the best sense of the word. I would love to stay in this little gem in the heart of Madrid again. So, I've reached the end of the presentation. Thank you very much for your time and attention, and I hope you found it interesting.